All right, what's up, guys? How's everyone doing today? Frugal BC here, and we got a little interesting live show for you today, coming at you from a Friday morning, um, for at least in the here in the U.S. I don't know what time it is where you are. Oh, we got blurry again, and got some interesting stuff today. Very interesting Algorand commercial that came out that everybody is talking about, and it was funny because I was trying to look for some Algorand news, and all I could find was this commercial. It definitely made a splash. Anyone who's saying like there's no marketing, there's definitely some marketing now. So that's the one thing I want to focus on today. I got some Sui Network news and some Near Protocol news as well, or Hedera news. I don't think I have any Near stuff actually. Well, I think I have something, but I have, and then I have more Algorand news too. So we're gonna see what we can get through today. It's kind of the middle of the work day. I worked a little bit earlier today, and then had a phone call I forgot about, so it actually put me behind a little bit. But hopefully, let's gather up some steam and so anyone watching or watching afterwards, dude, we are 3 subscribers away from 4,000. In my opinion, it should be there already. But hey, let's get there. Then, by the way, also thanks everyone for who's helped us get this far. We are so close to 4,000. Thanks so much for helping us out. Let's see who's in the chat. We got some people here. We got Nitram. Nitram Holtz. He says, "Hi, welcome. How's it going? Welcome to the show." And he says, "What an epic move." Oh, we're gonna watch. Yeah, we're gonna watch that. We're gonna watch that show for sure. We're gonna watch that. That's the first thing we're gonna do after we get through the crypto prices. Jackson Crossford, welcome to the channel. He says, "Go Algo." Heck yeah. Great show. Thanks so much, guys. And if anyone's watching, we are like so close to 4,000. So let's just get us over it. Let's get to the end of the stream. Let's get to 4,000 subscribers. I think we should get there. Don't you think? And for all you guys that helped us get there, really appreciate it. But enough of my yibber yabbering. Like I said, we got some really great stuff ahead, and we're gonna look at that Algorand commercial that's triggering the internet. Hey, you got it, dude. That it kind of went viral as far as I can tell. We'll look at some numbers and stuff behind that, but it definitely got an attention. And you know what? People have been complaining about the marketing. Well, when they hired Jessica, I said, well, great pedigree, but we'll see what happens. And I said the same thing with Mark, and so far so good. So well, let's just get right to this. Let's just get right to the crypto prices. We'll go through the charts a little bit here. And I don't know if some of you guys watched my stuff from last week. I thought it was really interesting. We had one more metric by which we could say, hey, does this have an impact on price? And as you remember, with Solana, the inflation was about 13%, and it was about that on Algorand too. And Near was the same. So in the last year, Solana had increased 700 plus percent. Near Protocol had increased 300% and Algorand had only increased 6% over the year. So I think we can clearly see that coin inflation just seems to have nothing to do with price. And the only thing I've really tried to find a metric that reliably dictates what cryptos will improve in price and which ones won't. Honestly, can't do it. Nothing checks out so far, but I'll keep searching. What seems to be is like the best thing I've found is just past performance. So then when you get to something like Sui, which is where's Sui? I'm skipping ahead a little bit here. They fall down a lot. Yeah, Sui, we have no idea because it's only been around a year. Hasn't even been through a cycle. Well, let's go back through. So Bitcoin at about 68. Now we had seen 70, a little bit over 70. And so definitely a big improvement. We're seeing crypto prices in general go up. We are just over the green line here on the fear and greed index. And the old Warren Buffett saying, when people are greedy, you should be stingy, and vice versa, or fearful and greedy. That's what the fear and greed index actually comes from, I believe. I think from his original quote. And it's usually a pretty good metric. When it comes to index funds, I'm just like, yeah, just buy it and hang on to it. Don't sell until you are ready to take disbursements to support yourself. Like when it's when you're retired, so to speak, or financially independent, and you take, we draw down 4% a year. If anyone doesn't know that, by the way, You know you're financially independent if your expenses, if you have invested 25 times your annual spending, not income, but spending, then you can safely withdraw 4% per year. And based on something called the Trinity study, which looked at portfolio intact over 30 years, you should stay intact on a 4%. 5% is a little more risk, is a lot more risky. 3% is like super, super safe. How does that apply to crypto? I have no idea. Crypto is like a whole other bag. So I think if you had something in like Bitcoin, I think you could actually probably withdraw a lot more of it because the annual returns are just going to be so much higher that it's probably going to stay safe. But with Bitcoin, you're always dealing with the volatility. So if it's in a down year, what you'd probably want to do is take extra profits during bull runs when Bitcoin is at all-time highs, and then make sure you have like 4 years of expenses, and then you don't have, and in fact maybe take out a little more so you can buy in during the downturn. And that's like hypothetical, so definitely not advice. But I think if you had all your money in Bitcoin, that's maybe how you do it. Ethereum, I would trust with that. Nothing else I wouldn't really trust with that per se. DeFi is another strategy we've been looking at. Anyway, I'm yabbering, but let's talk about the prices. So yeah, ETH has pumped up a lot, mostly because of the news that the SEC approved the ETH filing. If we get a chance, we'll look at that today, but got a lot of stuff I want to get through. Yeah, Solana falling back a bit. And Solana was kind of the subject of my video earlier this week. I kind of called out Crypto Jeb for saying that he just made this weird argument that the inflation of Solana would, for some reason, the inflation on Solana would mean that you were outpacing the inflation of the US dollar, which doesn't make sense because Solana and US dollar are two different things. Like the price is going up. So that's the price in US dollars is what you care about when you're talking about outpacing inflation. Over the past year, it's done 700%. Over the past 3 years, it's like 300%. So you've definitely outpaced inflation. So it's just such a silly thing to say. Yeah, XRP is still kind of middling. I think pretty much everything is middling. So yeah, Near Protocol still sitting around $8. I remember my average buy-in was like $1.34 or something like that. I think it's gone up a little bit because I bought back in on the dip. But we're talking like 7x at least, So Near's done really good. Polygon, I am actually underwater on Polygon. I'm underwater right now. Pepe really pumping up, like at 39% on the week. And it's something I've been saying, like don't sleep on the meme coins. Like the animal coins do well. Why? I have no idea, because I think crypto prices, I think, are a function of vibes and memes. That's my internet memes. That's my thesis, because it's the only thing I can see that really lines up. And stuff like Render, I mean, Render's like a cool project. It's this idea that you can have a GPU and you can rent out space on it when you're not using it. So I'm thinking about getting a new computer set up with a nice GPU, and I might look into actually doing that. Yeah, Hedera. Now Hedera had pumped to, God, was it? It was 18 at least, on the news of a partnership with BlackRock, which I still maintain as a partnership. I know a lot of people disagree with me. Partnership doesn't have to be like a financial exchange. I've had business partnerships that had nothing to do with finances. People got really butthurt on that, whatever. And yeah, for everyone's commenting, I will look in a minute. I am usually kind of do a segment, then look at the comments. So don't despair. I will get to you in a second. Arbitrum at 8% up on the week. Everything's kind of down today. Dog with fat. Now, this wasn't in the top 100 like a few months ago. So this is, again, animal coins. They do really well. I should make a portfolio of just animal coins. Is Sui? I'm a big fan of Sui in terms of speed. We're going to look at some stuff around Sui speed and other things that they do, but excuse me a second. I have a really weird catch in the back of my throat. Excuse me. Bonk, yeah. Is that Is it an animal? I think it's some kind of animal up there. Um, so you notice we're not getting to Python Networks on there. Yeah, look at this little Dow going up almost 30% on the week. I've noticed like this one seems to be kind of a contra indicator here. It's usually up when the market is down, I've noticed. I also see a lot of, but right now we're seeing a lot of divergence anyway. There's stuff that's like up on the week, there's stuff that's down on the week. It's been kind of all over the place. Algorand in 63rd at 18.5 cents, kind of sitting pretty flat on the weekday or week and hour, a little bit up on the day, but I don't know if the commercial had much impact on price, but I like it anyway. We're gonna get to that. It's funny, Axie Infinity. I haven't followed Axie Infinity in a while. I know like there was some kind of collapse, as I recall, and to be honest, I'm not really sure what's been going on with that. We'll look into that if we have time today. We probably won't though. We got a lot to get through. Yeah, here's another one called Pendle. I don't know anything about that, but it's up 31% on the week. So you're seeing a lot more divergence than we did say in the bear market. Yeah, Mina is another one I liked. I bought in, God, was it 21 cents, 22 cents, something like that. So I've been up, definitely up on Mina. Book of Meme. Okay, here's another one it's very appropriate for crypto in our meme/vibe discussion, but Book of Meme, I don't know what that is. Looks like it's got a little PayPay critter on it. Into the top 100 now. Oh, Decentraland's still around. That's interesting. Oh yeah, what was Gala doing? I think I skipped Gala. What did they pop? Well, maybe that. Hold on. I really got to stew it. I'm just gonna get the Gala really quick, and then we'll. Oh, it's at number 60. Okay. I don't know why I didn't see it for some reason. Yeah, number 60, around 4 cents. It's funny. I made a video about how Gala Games was dead, and mostly it was criticism of the company because it seems like they're just doing everything wrong. There's multiple lawsuits. They don't honor their promises. Like they made promises to node holders. Old Man Smithers, if you want to see his breakdown, he was like an early investor, so he had like an inside track to all of this, and Gala was just a disaster. I'm gonna have him on the show sometime. Well, oh, I went blurry again. All right, what we got here? We got Nitrum says almost 1 million views. We're gonna look at that for sure. And Caspa God says, where do you see Algo at the peak next year? It looks like they're starting to get their marketing act together. That is 100% true. And that's an argument I'm gonna make when we look at this thing. We're going to watch it together. I'm sure a lot of you have seen it, but we'll watch it together and react. And John had been reaching out to me saying he'd be willing to come on the show again sometime soon. So, but I'd like to get him and Mark on the show. That might be fun, or even the whole podcast team with Min too. But yeah, I think we'll just get into this. So this new video launched yesterday, this commercial from Algorand. Ric Flair is on it. He's an Algorand guy. I don't recognize, and then John Woods is on it. I don't recognize the other people, but it looks pretty interesting. It's kind of funny. Well, let's just watch it. Here. All right, so this is the show. I paused it so we could watch it. We'll have to watch it on the small screen here. Oh yeah, Anthony Scaramucci is on it too. I forgot. Almost forgot about the Mooch being on it. He's been pretty quiet in the crypto space. He's also the one that said he was calling like a 30-cent high for this bull run. I sure hope he's wrong about that.
Hey, morning. Hey. Hello.
Hey.
Hey.
You guys take Bitcoin, right?
Sure do.
I'm gonna be paying with Ethereum if that's okay.
Okay, yep, no problem.
It's a good thing I'm paying with Solana.
You can go ahead and tap.
Yeah, and there we go.
Oh, it failed. Try it again. Whoa, hold up there, Smart. It looks like it's gonna be another 27 minutes before this transaction clears.
What?
Sorry, $112? I have like 3 things.
Ethereum, they got that peak hour gas thing.
Now you got it.
Maybe one more time. What are you gonna do? Just wait right here, without the bag? Without the bag.
I think it's gonna work this time.
No. Should have shot with Algorand.
How do I get in that line?
Hey, morning.
Oh, the mooch. I love it. It's great. So, okay, so people, I will tell you, people got really bent out of shape over this. And we'll share one of the other ones, one of the major ones from actually the owner of the Milk Road newsletter. We'll share that one in a second, but first off, totally accurate. Here's what I think this video illustrates, because this isn't just about like the crypto. It's the fact that, and this is something I've been talking about for a long time in crypto space, that normally you would have, if you had 3 competitors and 2 of the competitors had really high fees to use them, or let's say, let's compare, let's just dive right, actually let's just dive right in. So let's say we have, we had 3 businesses, and one was called Solana, and one was called Ethereum, and one was called Algorand. And let's say on Solana, you went to buy, let's say they all sell, I don't know, they all sell widgets, and I go to buy one, I go to Solana, the Solana store, and I go to buy a widget, and every time I try to buy a widget, the transaction fails. Probably get pretty frustrated, right? And then I go to the Ethereum store, and I'm there for 2 hours, and the fee just to buy the Ethereum is in the hundreds of dollars. It's almost more than, I have to buy a $20 item, but the fee to buy the $20 item is like $60. I'd probably be pretty annoyed by that. And then I go to the Algorand store, and it's quick. I'm in and out. The fee is inexpensive, and it works perfectly. Well, really quickly, the Solana store and the Ethereum store would be out of business, like almost immediately. There'd be no question about this. But for some messed up reason in crypto, it's completely normal to use things that just simply don't work. And so I think that's what this video illustrates. It kind of it takes that concept and puts it into something where people can see. Now, that's different than its function as a marketing tool. That this is just more like analyzing the philosophy behind this. I think this is great because this takes something that has frustrated me for so long, something that just makes my eyes cross. I don't understand it, because we've all had like pretty much everyone who uses Algorand has had I think most people came from ETH, and they had a really bad experience for ETH. As I made a joke about this, but when I bought my Gala Games Townstar NFT, I started the transaction. I drove a half hour to my jiu-jitsu class, did jiu-jitsu, which is like an hour and a half class. It's a pretty long class. Drove home, ate supper, went back upstairs, went to my computer. It's not upstairs anymore, but at the time it was. Went up to my computer, and it just finished up. So we're talking hours. Okay. So they joke about 27 minutes. And my joke was, I'm triggered by this. 27 minutes. Last time I did a transaction, it took hours. And that is not kidding. But that matters. It's not just pontification. That really matters, because people care that it takes, if this stuff is ever actually going to be used in the real world, no one's going to wait hours. You wouldn't wait hours in line at a checkout for your Ethereum transaction to work. Like, they're kind of this is done a little tongue in cheek, but it's actually true. Inverse bra, who is that? I don't know what that is. Anyway, so people find this really, really funny. This is Mark himself, the CMO. And so we should talk about this as I'm gonna look at some transactions, some reactions to this. But first, we should talk about this as a marketing piece. Definitely got attention, because I swear to God, I was trying to look for Algorand news yesterday, and all I got was this commercial. Everybody was sharing it, and a lot of people outside of the Algorand ecosystem got pretty triggered by it. Well, first off, I don't think that's a bad thing. You should be making some people uncomfortable. I like that. I like that they're making people uncomfortable. That's the point. It's going to get attention, and good and bad. Sometimes you got to be a little bit controversial to get some attention. So I don't have a problem with that at all. But also, what they're saying is true. It's 100% true. So let's look at the. Just give me a second here. Let me look at the. Well, okay, this one though. This one I'm going to share actually kind of has a point. This one I agree with. Or at least it's a good question. It says this is from Updog. He says, honest question, why use Algo over Visa to buy groceries? Good question. This is a question we should be answering because why would you use Algorand versus just whipping out your Visa card? JT says, to be frank, it said pay with Algorand, not Algos. Could mean Algorand blockchain, not just Algo. Pay with USDC on Algorand Rails seems very quick and effective. I'm only referring to the Rails here. No one pays with Visa tokens. USD competing Rails is implied by comparison. Yeah, that's not what I would say is, well, the actual benefit would be to the store. What do I mean by that? Well, the store pays huge fees, a big percentage of their the money that they collect goes to Visa. So Algorand could do it at a fraction of the cost. They're saving way more money. Algorand could be 10 times more expensive, and the business would be saving way more money. Now, you may not care about, maybe this is a giant grocery chain or whatever, but you might care. You might care if, like, the local. I'm going to go back to the Algorand on screen. There we go. You might care that, the small business up the street can afford to stay in business because they're operating quicker. So that's actually a good reason for the grocery chain to accept crypto payments. And also there's the idea that it's more decentralized than Visa is. So not that I've ever had a problem with Visa, but Visa could up and decide, hey, you know what? We don't want your credit card to work anymore. You know what? You said that bad thing online and we don't like it, so we're going to cancel you. Or you supported some cause we don't agree with, so we're dropping you. Algo ain't going to drop you, I hope. I don't think Algo can drop you because they don't know who you are. Yeah, here, Daisy, if you do, says it, it'll lower processing fees for the grocery stores. Merchants paid $126 billion in credit card fees in 2022, an increase of 20% from the year before. Oops. Couldn't. So I don't know if Updog is like genuinely asking questions, because he said, couldn't Visa just decide to lower fees? Actually, no. Well, I mean, they could, but are they likely to? Absolutely not. Are you kidding me? This is actually pretty. I'm starting to think this isn't a good faith question, because at first I thought, yeah, good faith question. It's a question worth asking. But if you're just saying this is getting to silliness, couldn't they just most people for convenience over self custody? Yeah, but I think it'll be infinite TPS. That's absolutely not true. But it's not an actual transaction. And also, yeah, Venmo and PayPal are the ones that have no problem just keeping your money, deciding, you know what, we're keeping your money. We're closing your account, but we're keeping all your money. You can't get paid out. Give me a break. Okay, I'm out. This guy's bad faith. I gave this guy credit, and I probably shouldn't have. All right, let's get to the other piece of criticism. Don't worry, we're going to get to your comments on this soon. By the way, while you guys are watching, I know a lot of we got a lot more people added on. If you are not subscribed already, I would love it if you'd subscribe to the channel. We are so close to 4,000. Let's get us over that 4K. Let's do it. Let's do it today. Let's do it today, and let's show people like Kyle Reedhead what we're about here, right? Because this is what he posted. I'm going to pause this because I'm getting really annoyed. I get really distracted by the video playing. He said, "You should be ashamed, Algo Foundation. We finally have progress legitimizing crypto, and you take a selfish stance to put down the top 3 technologies that we have in the space. Smack my head, you're now dead to me. Though, to be honest, you already were, since no one uses your chain anyway." Oh, Kyle Reed. Now, who's Kyle Reedhead? Well, he's the guy who bought the Milk Road newsletter. And I haven't read it since he took over. He took it over for Sean. He bought it from, he was one of the people that bought it from Sean Purry, who is I really like the My First Million podcast. I think it's a great podcast, but I'll tell you what, the Milk Road sucked. It was horrible. Like it read like a newsletter that was written about crypto by people who know nothing about crypto. And listen, I don't claim to be the world's foremost expert on crypto. I have a lot to learn. There's a lot I'm still trying to learn, but I would point out stuff that they either got wrong or was missing context, or they would say, "Wouldn't it be nice if this thing existed?" And I'd be like, "Actually, it does." Never got a response. Never updated it. Nope. It's just a garbage newsletter. So I'll start with that because I don't have any respect for the newsletter. Wait, did I repost this? I don't remember reposting this. Oh, okay. It was just highlighted. Let's break this down. We finally have progress legitimizing crypto, and you take a selfish stance to put on the top 3 technologies we have in the space. I'm sorry, is any part of that untrue? Is ETH actually way faster than they let on? Because my experience was the opposite. I think 27 minutes was being generous, extremely generous, but I know it varies. So, but like I said, when I bought my Gala Games NFT, it took hours to process a simple transaction. Hours. And that might have been maybe part of it was Gala's fault, to be fair. I should put that out there. I do try to be intellectually honest. So no one uses your chain. Do you remember how we looked at the top 5 chart? Or we looked at the chart for top crypto transactions, and Algorand was number 5. But yeah, no one uses it. Thanks for explaining to us, Kyle, that you know nothing about crypto and your worthless newsletter sucks. So I don't care if we're dead to you, because we probably already were dead to you. And, I don't remember any of these. I don't remember people in Solana or Ethereum ever having a problem complaining about Algorand or dunking on Algorand. So, okay, sure. And even AJ, my boy AJ in here calling BTC, ETH, and Sol top 3 technologies is hilarious, bro. I like that one. This video promotes the top technology, doesn't put it down. Nice job, Doofy. Meh, there's still a business thing today and need to find a point of differentiation. I think they did a good job of highlighting what they believe to be a USP. Relatable crypto. It's can't all be sunshines and rainbows. Time and place, though. Let's focus on the big bosses before we start hitting on each other. Again, you guys aren't doing anything for Algorand, so don't even start, dude. Crypto is hard enough for people to understand. Now we're trying to confuse them even more. I'd agreed. I think it's factually accurate. So fuck off. Sorry. I just got demonetized. Oh well. I'm sorry. That stuff really ticks me off. Writing off the most promising technology in the space as dead to you is crazy talk. How about look past your bags and do more research than what's presented on TikTok? Let's cheer for blockchain adoption, even if it's not the way you'd prefer. Slow, still, broke. Yeah, so it's almost like Algorand can't win. It's like if you try to be the adult in the room, everyone's just like, oh, boring. But if they actually try to point out the fence, here, recoup. Shame on you, Kyle. Oh no, is he quoting Kyle? Actually, I'm not sure. If a critical rebuttal, the same thing you're so upset about, so pot me kettle. You're dead to me. Kind of an awful take. This video spitting nothing but facts. True. I'm even going to give that a like. I don't even know who you are, says Mars. You think it helps your ratio to comment on your own tweets? Did he get ratio? What is? Well, let's see. What has he got? He's got 8. Is that a ratio? I don't think that's a ratio. Well, that's. Oh, they shared it. So that wasn't the Algorand Foundation. Yeah, we didn't look at the numbers. Let me. Can I go back? I just want to see the numbers. You guys probably saw it on screen, but oh yeah, almost 1 million views. That's very impressive. Almost 1 million views. So I'd say it worked. I'd say it worked. Now, the question is it going to bring anybody over to Algorand? Is people going to go, hey, I should check out that Algorand? I don't know. But it brings awareness, and awareness is always good. All right, let's see what you guys have to say about this. Oh, we got a lot. All right, going back up. Trying to find what I'm getting. We got a lot of comments. All right, Nation Hold says, I bet the next step in marketing will be addressing the peer-to-peer consensus and decentralization. Maybe. A good thing I'm paying with Solana. LOL. Welcome to the show, AA, by the way. And Nitram Holtz, welcome to you too. And MacGyver says that was epic. LOL. Yeah, I liked it. I hope people, I wonder how many people saw it, because it was like all over Twitter. I mean, it was really hard to find other Algorand news, and we do have some, and we will get to it. Disclosure, welcome, but like I don't do a lot of stuff on Solana, so you keep asking every time. AA says, let's see how CoinDesk runs this ad. Yeah. Or if CoinDesk will run the ad, yeah, we'll see. AA. X777 says that actress playing the cashier is top notch. Yeah, I thought you did really good. I thought everyone did really good, actually. As someone who does a little bit of acting myself, and so I know it's way harder than it looks. It seems like it'd be really, really simple until you actually do it, and even the simplest acting job is really, really hard. Arson D says hello to you. Caspa God says, what's up, dog? Get it? Nitram says for business owners would be less fees. Yep, we said that on there. Caspa God says, what price do you see Algo at its peak, and what's your exit strategy? Well, that's a complicated question. First off, I've said all along, and maybe I should make an updated price prediction video at some point. I really think $2 to $3 is probably a reasonable range in the bull run, assuming we have that big run up, which I'm thinking is probably going to happen fall, based on past performance and how it usually goes. You probably have a Bitcoin run in a month or two yet, and then maybe mid-fall, maybe early winter, we'll get a big run up. As far as exit strategy, I can put that back on screen. I don't hold a lot of loose Algorand. So a lot of my Algorand, so my strategy is a little bit different than it is for other cryptos. So most of the crypto I hold, once I start reaching profitable levels, I start taking profits. I do a ladder approach, so I'll take 10% here, 15% there, but leave some for the upside. And my goal is to get to what they call moon bags, where I have more crypto than I have. Where I have more of, like, where basically if it goes to zero, I've taken more profit than I initially put in. So even if it goes to zero tomorrow, I'm still in the profit. With Algorand, it's a little bit different because most of it is in Tiny Man earnings. So what I'll do right now, I have some in stablecoin pairs and one in Algorand USDC. So what I'll do is as it grows, as the price goes up, I'll switch more of that over to the stablecoin pair. So that's kind of how I'm taking profits on it. So I wouldn't call it an exit strategy per se, if that makes sense. I mean, I also have like all of my ETH, which is not a lot of ETH. All my ETH is on the Algorand blockchain as well. This is a good question, Cass. But God, do you see crypto market crashing after the bull market like it normally does, or do you think the smart money coming in will stabilize the market a little more? I think it'll stabilize it a little bit, but I think the crashes will still. It's going to be interesting. It kind of depends what it does in the bull market. First off, because who knows if the bull market will be the same. Last time it was kind of truncated, so we'll see if it's truncated this time. And Schultz says, "Damn, ha ha ha." MacGyver7 said, if Algo replaced Visa for payments, would they make a subnet for payments like a private payment layer? Yeah, probably. I think they probably have to. Because maybe Sui reached this limit, but I think. Hold on a second. Let me look that up. So Visa can process, according to AIs. Here, I'll share this. Take this with a grain of salt. It says Visa can process 24,000 transactions per second and has a capacity of over 65,000 TPS. This is much higher than other payment systems such as PayPal, which handles 193 TPS average. So remember when Updog said, "Oh, well, PayPal just has infinite TPS." No, it doesn't. It has 193. But yeah, Visa has a capacity of 65,000. So, even Algorand couldn't quite handle this yet. Maybe someday it will, but right now it couldn't handle this kind of. And it was interesting. John pointed out that there's a limit too, because once you get to a certain speed, which I think Sui actually supposedly has a capacity higher than this. It's supposed to be like 200 some thousand. But when you get to a certain size, a certain block time, it becomes so small that it doesn't have enough time to write to the contract. That's something that came from John Allen Woods. So anyway, I thought that was kind of interesting, a little tidbit based on what we got asked. All right, hold on a second. Okay. All right. Edward Gilmartin, welcome to the show. Says other crypto are catching up to Algo. Some of them are, yeah. Philip says commercial is epic. You can't say things like that if they're not true. Well, I mean, they are true, so for sure. Algo at 19 cents, is it? Did that change in the last? It was at 18 and a half. Let's see here. Yeah, still 18 and a half. But, getting there. All right. Okay. Bart Reefman, welcome to the show. He says, think we will see a run like Solana did last year. I mean, it's had a pretty good run so far, right? From, I bought in a bunch of Solana under 20 and it's like sitting in the high 100s. Has been over 200. So yeah, I could see that. Extreme Motors says, thanks for your contact. Algo, let's go. For sure. Or content. Thanks. Todd Clifton says, VCs will sell once it hits 20 cents. I mean, it's already done that. So we'll see. Okay. Let's all right, I want to switch to some Sui protocol news. So I think Sui's had some good stuff. By the way, I hate the way bookmarks works on Twitter, but So I thought that, speaking of speed, I thought this was really interesting. Um, Breaking Sui's consensus is now the fastest among all blockchains. Mysticeti is officially on testnet, bringing consensus latency on Sui down to 390 milliseconds, a massive 80% reduction from Narwhal Bullshark. I don't know what that is, but sounds fast. I mean, that's really fast. What will Mysticeti mean for you? I don't know. What is it? Can you tell me what it is? It'd be nice if they. I just wish when these blockchains would talk about this stuff, like just define terms, because most people reading this are probably not going to know this. Also, I really hate when people make threads, but then they make the thread, each post, longer than the tweet amount. It's like either make one long post or keep the thread to so it's all readable and you don't have to click on each one. That just annoys me. Sorry, a little pet peeve there. What will Mysticeti mean for you? An improved user experience with lightning fast transactions across all apps, from games to DeFi, with reliably high throughput and low fees. Thanks to Miston Labs engineers, this person, Tassos Kichidis, and Arun Kashi, discuss the value and speed of how Sui. Oh, you can listen to him. If you're keen on digging deeper, check out the research paper on how Mysticeti manages to optimize Sui's existing tech to provide the 80% latency improvement while easing loads on validators. With Mysticeti, proven that the DAG-based structure can surpass the state-of-the-art performance in both consensus and throughput, and importantly, latency. At Aftermath, we are excited to see Mysticeti roll out testnet, and even more excited when it touches the hands of our users in its release on mainnet. Moreover, we're looking forward to taking advantage of Mysticeti's new design to provide a better end-to-end experience. Let's explain it here. Maybe this. Oh, it's a protocol. It's a protocol. So it says the new Mysticeti protocols puts the consensus latency down to 390 seconds. Well, we don't need to read all that. I just wanted to understand what it was. Probably should have added that, but anyway, the reason I want to show this. So John Allen Woods had an interesting point. He said, when plank time, then your contracts can literally do nothing. And Tim Trillion explains this. Who's this guy? I don't know. Someone with some followers. Says, when plank time, then okay, his humorous take on the advancements in blockchain consensus speed mentioned in the post. Plank time is an extremely short unit of time, about really small, 5.39 times 10 to the negative 44th power seconds, which is considered the smallest meaningful unit of time in physics. Obviously, we're nowhere near that, but in the context of blockchain, where reducing latency, the time it takes for a transaction to be confirmed, is crucial. Sui's announcement of reducing consensus latency to 390 milliseconds is significant. However, John is joking that even if latency could be reduced to plank time, it would be so infinitesimally small that contracts would have no time, smart contracts, would have no time to perform any operations, effectively doing nothing because the time interval is too short for any computational activity. That's super interesting. Obviously, he's making a joke there, but I do think that's kind of interesting. But yeah, Sui is awfully fast, and they have a super high TPS capacity. It'll be really interesting to see what happens when this goes. And the development on Sui has been really incredible. And it's been out about a year, and there's already like a plethora of games to play on it. I think that's really interesting. Let's see what else. Speaking of Sui, in case you missed it, Miston Labs Sui wallet has gone mobile. So I think that's the wallet I use. Manage all of your assets effortlessly and securely right from your phone. Download the app on Google Play and Apple Store now, so you can get the Sui wallet. Like I said, I believe this is the one I use, and it's pretty handy. You can stake right in the wallet. This person says, already using smooth like water. Huh, nice. This is huge. Mobile access is a game changer for onboarding new users to the Sui ecosystem. We're excited to see how this develops. Now, of course, Algorand has had the Para wallet for a while. I usually usually prefer to use web wallets, but just seeing if there's anything else interesting. I do think it's an important thing to have, and of course, I've been using Para because we all know what happened to my algo. But yeah, Sui is pretty good. I'll probably download that at some point. Seems to be a good wallet. And then let's see, I had some other Sui news. I thought. I do have one more. I do. So of course we've covered Algorand going to Python, but Sui has Move. So it's like ready to learn Move on Sui. Let's Move Sui offers a gamified experience to make learning Move fun and intuitive. The curriculum dives into both the fundamentals and more advanced Sui features like Sui Kiosk, PTBs, and composable NFTs. So if you go to letsmovesui.com, you can actually learn the language through what they say is a gamified experience. I think that's kind of interesting. Like I would love a similar one on Algorand where you can just go to this site and learn how to make a smart contract. I think they said that was something that was in the offering, but no, I'd rather over Move. I'd rather it be Python. I think Python's a great language. It's one of the few languages I've had some success in. Of course, now it's a lot easier to have ChatGPT do it. I wonder if ChatGPT can do Move. I mean, it's kind of cool that it can do Python. So you could probably write a bunch of code that you need in Python on ChatGPT, but the thing is, like sometimes it has bugs, and if you don't know the language, it might be kind of hard. So I don't think you can just do this, but yeah, some cool stuff coming up from Sui Network. Like I said, Panzer Dogs is kind of an interesting one. It's like a little tank game that you can play on your phone, and you can just play it. You don't have to do the crypto stuff. You don't have to have NFTs. Same thing with Fractal Monsters, which is a sponsor of a show, by the way. So if you guys want to play to earn game on the Algorand blockchain, that's free to play, but you can buy the NFTs and earn too. So check out Fractal Monsters. I should also give a shout out to Non-Fungible Domains because they're our sponsor as well. And Non-Fungible Domains, we have a description for them below as well. You can get that .algo address. It makes it a lot easier than remembering all those letters and numbers, which is super annoying. So check out Non-Fungible Domains and Fractal Monsters. Links below for both. How's everyone doing today? I want to see what's our little Sui segment for the day. Good stuff going on, Sui. Ooh, yeah. We're one subscriber away from 4,000. One subscriber away. So if you haven't already, guys, and thanks so much for everyone who helped me get so close to 4,000. I really appreciate it. I was really blown away by the community here, but let's get that to 4,000. I just need one more of you guys to hit it. One more. You can do it. You only had one near item, so. Oops, I do have one more. Sorry. One more Sui. One more Sui item. So you guys, one of y'all hit the subscribe button so we get to 4,000. In the meantime, Sui Network breaking today. Sui hit another milestone with a new all-time high for total value locked, 750 million. This comes after yesterday's all-time high for daily active wallets. What an incredible week for the Sui community, and it's only Tuesday. Yeah, so this is a little earlier in the week. And what's interesting is the price has actually gone down. So that means usage has gone up. Because that's one issue with total value locked. It's always in the, and I don't know if there's a way around this. It's always in US dollars. So if the price goes up, that changes the TVL, but that might not indicate usage. So you could have the same usage, but the price goes up or down, and the TVL goes up or down. But the price has been going down compared to like a month ago or 2 months ago. So that's actually pretty good. Excuse me. I don't know if this is a Sui thing or not. Bullish on Sui. It's why I'm mining Ocean with Wave Wallet on Sui. I don't know about that. Maybe that's something we need to look at some point. This a book market for later. Oops. No, I wanted to bookmark it. Okay. I like it too. Why not? But I'm not a big fan of like ASAs on Algorand, so I don't know how much I'll pay attention to that either. But anyway, really cool. Okay, now I think I'm done with my sweet news. Let's see what people are saying. We got Pat Hardery. What's going on? What's going on? He says, congrats on reaching 4,000 subs. Did we? Did we get it? Ooh, we did it. We did it, guys. We got the 4K. Oh, you guys are awesome. You guys are very, very awesome. Thanks for the... Maybe Shark HP was the guy. Were you the one that put... Maybe you're the one that put us over. Shark Shape, he says, hi, for see, just subscribed. I appreciate that, Shark. I appreciate it. Very exciting. We got the 4K, so... Yeah, it's crazy. When I started this thing, I had no idea it would take off the way it did. But I'm really, really happy about that. So thanks so much, guys. I appreciate it. Let me get a drink of water here. Wish I had some like confetti or something. Can you guys give me a second? I want to show this. You guys will bear with me for a second, right? I just want to celebrate this on... Maybe we'll bring some more people in too. I got some Hedera news coming up, and I know I have one... I think I only have one near thing. But we can still talk about that. I'm really excited that that happened live. That's really cool. So thanks everyone for being a part of this. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. You guys are super awesome. Thanks, MacGyver. Appreciate that. Thanks so much to you guys. Some of you guys are like following me since the beginning or close to the beginning. Guys like Pat Hardery, MacGyver, they've been around a while. Appreciate you guys a lot, and also appreciate the new people. Appreciate you, Shark. You just subscribed today. I appreciate that. So very, very cool. All right, let's go back to... Let's do some Hedera news, because I like Hedera a lot too. I think it's a good platform. They've done a lot of cool stuff. Actually, we got some Algorand news too. How much Algorand news do I have? Let's see. Let's get to this Hedera news, then we'll go back to Algorand news, because there's actually some good Algorand news outside of the... We're gonna go for another 40 minutes or so, and try to cut off at 12:30 so I can get back to the old day job. And this one we've seen this before. I know sometimes this triggers people, but Hedera, the greenest blockchain, according to this data. We've seen it before. Let's look at it again here. And this is from Oscar Ramirez. Ramos, he says, I finally bought HBAR. Hedera, 0.00003 kilowatts per transaction. And that's better than BNB, Solana, Near, Tron, Toncoin, Avalanche, Visa, Flow, even Algorand, Tezos, Ethereum. Actually, I'm surprised Ethereum isn't higher up on there, but Polkadot, Cardano, Elrond. And I didn't verify all of these, but I did verify Algorand that it's pretty close. It's like 0.0, is it 2 zeros or 3 zeros and then a 3 or something like that kilowatt hours? So it did check out based on what I saw. And our buddy AJ says, welcome to the H Barbarians. So AJ also a big HBAR fan, as am I. And these guys, Algorand and HBAR, are like in a partnership right now, along with bringing on some other blockchains for the DREC Alliance. That's the ability to recover. Decentralized recovery is what that means, and it means they're trying to form an alliance where it makes it easier to recover your stuff, because that's one of the challenges. One of the things that scares people away from crypto is like it can be really easy to lose your crypto. It's like you either have to trust a third party like Coinbase, or you have to put it on your own wallet. But then if you lose your password, maybe you're just completely out. So that makes people nervous. So DRAC would make it. They're trying to find a way that's still decentralized where you can actually get your stuff recovered. I think that's what that. What was that? Oh gosh, what was that thing on? What was that thing on Algorand? Does anyone remember the? It was like a way to recover. It's supposed to be like a vault where you could recover your crypto. They were doing. I don't know. It's like it was a little nebulous. It actually closed down. I can't remember what that is, but anyway, that's not the only HBAR news we have. I just have to find it. This is from Hedera. The release of services software version 0.49 in May 2024 introduces a significant engineering update to the core code run by Hedera consensus nodes. Let's see what that's all about. The release of services software version 0.49 in May 2024 introduces a significant engineering update to the core code run by Hedera consensus nodes. The sustainability refactored version has been modularized, developed, and delivered through extensive work over the past 12 months. This article expands on the details and benefits of this modularization effort and outlines the rigorous testing processes undertaken to ensure software reliability. So they're basically making a simplified and scalable code base. Well, it looks cool, I guess. More flexible and more flexibility and stability. That's always good. Apparently, they've done exhaustive testing, writing, importing thousands of unit tests, executing 1,600 Hedera API end-to-end tests to verify backward compatibility, conducting performance and chaos tests to assess the robustness under extreme conditions. So a lot of great stuff that they're doing. Testing the supported SDKs, running continuous migration tests. Despite all these thorough tests, and while aiming for full backward compatibility, there may be subtle differences, such as timing of transaction failures. Some transactions that failed immediately on ingest will now fail after consensus. These differences, however, will not affect the final disposition of valid transactions, which will continue to benefit from fast, fair, and BFT secure consensus operations of the Hedera network. So basically an upgrade, make things faster and more organized, and that's always good. So this is a tough run by consensus nodes. Which, by the way, that's one of the cool things about Hedera is you can just stake in the Hashpack wallet, which you can do with Cosmos and you can do with Sui and Algorand. It's coming, so really excited for that to arrive, because it's just nice it's a good way to earn extra income while you're, not having to do too much. And I got a couple more for you. Grab a drink of water. HBAR Foundation says we're excited to announce DeFi Spring, an incentive campaign injecting up to 100 million HBAR to help scale the Hedera network's maturing DeFi ecosystem. So we've been covering stuff like this for Algorand, where they've added DeFi to the governance rewards. Hedera is also doing the HBAR Foundation, doing the same thing, finding ways to boost their DeFi. Alongside strategic partners, we hope to introduce new users over the coming months to the efficiencies of DeFi on Hedera. Yeah, I've been a big fan of Saucer Swap, by the way, which they mention here, along with Statter Lab, C14 Team, and CoinGecko. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Saucer Swap. I think it works really well. And the Sauce token has actually done really well compared to like a lot of platform tokens. And with more announced, we look forward to amplifying awareness of accelerating access to catalyzing commerce in the Hedera DeFi economy. On Hedera, users can experience a combination of high speeds, minimal fees, and absence of minor extractable value or front running over transactions, in turn elevating the overall user experience. Alongside this, with platforms such as DaVinci Graph and HBAR Suite and wallets such as Hashback and Blade Wallet, users can leverage the power of the Hashgraph to create their own projects and tokens in minutes. Over the coming weeks, we look forward to welcoming new users to the burgeoning token economy and DeFi ecosystem on Hedera. You can learn more about DeFi Spring in our latest HBAR blogs. If you want to read about that, stop on over to the HBAR Foundation. Yeah, it looks like everyone's just pretty happy about that, as far as I can tell. Cool. And then one more for you guys. Some good news. For HBAR. As per Masari Capital, and Masari is a great data platform for crypto, by the way. But I do want you to go away. Okay. Hedera Q1 DEX volumes reached all-time highs. Average daily DEX volume was 154% quarter over quarter, from 1.3 million to 3.2 million. Dang. We look forward to revisiting these figures in quarter two. Look at that. That is a start. That is a sharp uptick. Looks like a big part of that was on Saucer Swap, which makes sense. So we're seeing growth in Hedera. We're seeing growth in Algorand. Everyone's using it, but remember, no one uses these chains. They're all ghost chains. They're all zombie chains. Someone should clip that. All right, that's our HBAR news for today. And I got some more Algorand news too. And I think we're probably going to wrap up maybe. But yeah, other than the commercial, there is some really cool news on Algorand, and one of them is something I hadn't heard of before, but it's called Travel. So let's take a look at that for a second. Big news, Algorand is now live on Travel. What is Travel, you ask? Well, I did too. It says book 3 million plus hotels, flights, and activities with 100 plus payment options, including crypto and card, with 24/7 support. Get up to 10% back in Bitcoin and AVA rewards, and I hope they have the same thing. But that's right, Algorand is revolutionizing the blockchain space with its scalable, secure, and decentralized platform. You can book millions of hotels, flights, fun activities, and more with Algo. Experience the future of travel with Travel. So it's funny, when I first heard about this, I thought, oh, is this another? Well, first I thought, oh, they misspelled TravelX. Like, that's the thing that's on Algorand, where you can book flights and get the tickets are minted as an NFT, which you can sell. You can turn around as a secondary market for, which is pretty cool. But this is actually totally different. This is a travel booking site. I haven't really tried it out, but actually we should. Is it just Travela.com? I bet. Yeah, it is. Okay. Hold on a second. Do. Here's Travela. Travel Tiger NFT. So they got their own NFTs. That's very interesting. 100 plus payment options. I want to see if they actually show. I'm going to go to new tab. There's all the payment options: Ava, Binance, Crypto.com, Bitcoin. Utrust, WeChat Pay, Ethereum, USDT, Solana's on there. Near Protocol. So, you're going to get, when we watched that Algorand video, that was a hypothetical situation, but this is a real situation. You could actually test it out. You could try to buy something on 3 different platforms. You could try to buy it on Ethereum. You could try to buy it on Solana and Bitcoin or with Lightning. That's actually, maybe that's the one area where, did they even bring up Bitcoin? I guess they did. Hedera's on there too, by the way. Near Protocol's on there. Even PayPay's on there. Actually, it's kind of crazy that. Was it me or did we miss? Oh no, there's Algorand. Yep, it's on there. There's a lot of, you can buy with a Toncoin, Polygon, something called Grape. I never even heard of Grape. Cosmos. I like Cosmos. But yeah, that's pretty neat. That's really cool. Anyway, that is far from the only thing. If you're an XGov fan, well, remember voting session 4 is now open until June 3rd. So you can review the proposals on the Algorand Community Forum and vote on the XGov website. So that's May 10th to 3rd. That's the voting session for XGov. So if you guys are eligible and you want to do that, that's where you do it. So I think I said all along, I'm not a huge fan of the XGov governance. I haven't liked the way the governance has worked at all, to be honest. So that's that, I guess. I just think I just think most of the decisions are pretty unimpactful. So I don't, and it's really hard to know whether you're if you just hold Algorand and you just commit it to governance, that's one thing. But the DeFi stuff, the thing with DeFi is you want to continually being able to update it. So to be stuck, and anytime you add to, even if you add to it, it kicks you out of governance. I got kicked out of governance last time, and all I did is add to it. I didn't subtract anything. So my balance shouldn't have went under, but for some reason it doesn't work. So yeah, I'm not a big fan, but just so you know, it's there. And this one I think is important too. This is some news from Lofty. I think this is actually really cool. Highlighting 2 things on Lofty AI. This is from Jerry Chu. He's the CEO of Lofty. He says we've improved the charting model on the. No, I think he means model. Charting model. I don't know. On the platforms to better reflect the higher trading volume and liquidity for the AMMs. You can even zoom in on specific parts of the chart for more granular data. Basically, you can see the price chart. We're testing a feature that many users have requested, which is to let people automatically purchase more ownership over property over time. He's like, I'd like to implement part 2 on my properties. Can you help me with this? You don't need to do anything. It's a feature we're testing and already rolled out. Does that mean it's going to be automatic? I hope it's not automatic because I don't want to do that. I want to pull the money out. I'm actually I don't know. Here's the thing with the AMMs. They're wildly different than the stated property price. So I don't really understand that, but it is what it is. All right. One of my favorite platforms here is TinyMan. We got some TinyMan news for you. It's from tinyman.algo. Algo found the wait is over. The TinyMan governance forum is now live. Join us to shape a decentralized future, propose ideas, discuss, and vote at gov.tinyman.org. Exciting updates are on the way. Full details on our governance process. Let's see what pops up. I just want to see what comes up when you actually go to it. I really want to try out that Traveler, by the way. All right, here we go. So here's the latest. You got TinyMan's IP strategy development, minting versus Tiny as liquid staking token. How about regular airdropping Tiny to TinyMan NFT holders? Utility of Tiny. This is all proposal discussion, so you can look at this. A lot of information on here. I'll say that. Here's the topics. You have proposal discussions, governance proposals, general, start here, feedback. So stuff to teach you about it. There's a lot of reading you could do, and there's a lot you could go through. This might be worth a deep dive at some point, just kind of going through all this. But is it me, or does it look more robust than like Algorand governance overall? Like it seems more readable. It seems more interesting. I don't know. Like I said, I just haven't been a big fan of Algorand governance, and honestly, in general, like depending on what it is, like I'm not a blockchain expert, and I'm sure a lot of you aren't either. So, is there a lot of utility in us making decisions? I can see like decisions that affect us directly. Like there's a certain category of decisions that would make sense to me, but with something like this with the platform, this kind of makes a little more sense to me. Deshaun, big fan. Very cool. All right. And did I have another one? I thought I had another one. Maybe not. Maybe that was it. Nope, that was it. Okay. Okay. Chat got quiet. Let's just cap things off with looking at the Ethereum SEC news, because I think that's a big deal, and let's take a look at that. When I say that, by the way, I'm talking about the Ethereum ETF. So here's CNBC. SEC approves rule change to allow creation of Ether ETFs. The decision comes less than 6 months after the SEC approved Bitcoin ETFs. Those funds have proven to be a big success for the industry, with net inflows already surpassing 12 billion, according to Factsheet. Ether ETFs are expected to be smaller, at least initially, than their Bitcoin counterparts. So basically, it comes from the SEC approving a rule change, and that happened yesterday, at the time of recording this anyway. That would pave the way for ETFs that buy and hold Ether, one of the world's largest cryptocurrencies. So it was about 6 months ago that the commission approved the Bitcoin ETFs, and they've been a pretty big success for the industry, according to this article. Net inflows are surpassing 12 billion. It looks like we're getting quite a bit of inflow from ETH already. Late May have been long pegged as a potential decision date for the Ether funds, since it coincided with the deadline for the SEC to decide whether the VanEck Ethereum ETF could proceed. Many of the companies that sponsor Bitcoin ETFs, including BlackRock, Bitwise, and Galaxy Digital, have also started the process of launching an Ether fund. Price of Ether rose just 2%, although it follows a 20% surge from earlier in the week in anticipation of Thursday's decision. Yeah, I think I was basically, here's the thing about news, like it's usually kind of baked in by the time the thing actually happens, because usually it's already been talked about that it's coming. So yeah, I think that 20% surge can pretty safely be attributed to the Ethereum, the anticipation of the Ethereum ETF coming. Specifically, the SEC's order approves applications from various exchanges to list 8 different Ether funds. The order technically does not approve the funds themselves or set a date for the ETFs to begin trading. Ether ETFs are expected to be smaller, at least initially, than their Bitcoin counterparts. The Grayscale Ethereum Trust currently has about 11 billion in assets, much smaller than what the firm's Bitcoin fund was before its conversion. And that's fine. I like to see, at some point it's like, well, I wonder if each coin is going to have to go through its own process to do this. Like at some point I would have to think, well, are we just going to allow, or can we create a approval process that doesn't require an entire rule change? Like maybe each coin can be presented to a board and they just decide on the spot, or here's the set of criteria, meet the criteria and you're in. If it's a border case, maybe we take it to some kind of committee hearing or something. But The SEC's push to regulate crypto is coming under scrutiny by politicians. Senate last week passed a resolution to withdraw an SEC staff bulletin about accounting rules for digital assets. Yeah, we're seeing that change in Congress, which I think is really interesting. Of course, they're explaining that this rule doesn't apply to other cryptos. Lack of staking in the ETF products is another reason why Ether ETFs may see less demand than their Bitcoin counterparts, says Steve Lubka, managing director at Swan Bitcoin and head of Swan Private. These numbers are not going to match the Bitcoin ETF inflows. There are some structural differences in the product that just make it less attractive overall. Huh, that's interesting. I think it's good that it's happening. There's a lot of people that, when it's, especially the older folks, I'm kind of in between those two. A lot of older folks will, they're not going to go buy ETF on Coinbase. But if it's in their portfolio, I heard a joke where people were talking about grandpas, investing in the Bitcoin ETF to so they can have something to talk to their grandkids about. I thought that was kind of a neat little. It's kind of cute, isn't it? Dr. Johnny, where'd he go? Dr. Johnny Echo says, is an algo ETF a possibility? I think it's absolutely a possibility. But one of the challenges is where ETH, Solana, Bitcoin have had pretty good price action. Algorand hasn't. And I think that'd be a concern. It might be why I wouldn't expect it anytime soon. If the price action gets better, you might see that. But for right now, I think like BlackRock, they might look at other cryptos before they look at Algorand. I don't know. What do you guys think, by the way? Cryptos or crypto? I like crypto. I think it's a collective noun, but collective singular noun, but that's just my opinion. By the way, welcome to the show, Dr. Johnny Echo. And Eastern Dreamer says, just wrapped up a stream on my channel. Great to hop on. Enjoy hearing your thoughts for BC. Hey, thanks. Appreciate that. Appreciate you coming on board. Well, now one of y'all unsubscribed. We're back under 4,000, but we're pretty close. 3,999. So I'm sure we'll be up above 4,000. We hit the 4,000 mark, and that's what matters, I think. So anyway, I want to thank everyone who helped with that, everyone who's subscribed so far. The fact that we hit 4,000 today really makes me happy. So thanks so much, guys. And I appreciate all you guys. I think we had a good show today. A lot of stuff we covered. Covered everything, but we didn't get to the near thing. But yeah, thanks so much, guys, and stay safe out there. Like I said, I really think you guys got to hold on for right now, because I think the big altcoin thing is yet to come. The big altcoin pump is yet to come. We're probably going to have the big Bitcoin pump in, I would say late summer, early fall, and then probably a couple 3 months after that, we'll see the altcoins pump up. So, and that's just based on the patterns before. Like none of this stuff is ever guaranteed, right? I keep a lot of stuff. I kind of told you guys at the beginning of the stream. I keep a lot of my net worth is just in basic old boring index funds that earn a lot of money. You want to learn more about that? Watch Graham Stephan or Caleb Hammer. They'll talk about that. But they don't like crypto. Well, I don't know how Graham feels about crypto. I know Caleb Hammer is not a big crypto fan, but I think because people get a lot of funny ideas about crypto, but it's really a matter of understanding the cycle. A lot of people get into crypto, they hear it's the cool thing, they buy it, and they don't really look into the patterns. It follows this really, really nicely defined 4-year pattern. So all you have to do is, when it's at all-time lows, buy a bunch and then sell it off when it's up. And unlike stocks and stuff, like it kind of all follows this very similar pattern. So if you just buy a nice bucket of crypto, you can a few of them will pump up a ton and you'll make money. Philip Riley says, great chat, buddy. Same to you. Shark HP, thank you. Eastern Dreamer says, have a great weekend, and you too. Long one for us here in the States. I don't know if that is for where you are. Art Shark says, waiting for crypto pills to pass from Congress, then the bull market starts. It'll definitely help for sure. All right, guys. Well, everyone have a great weekend. Long weekend for us here in the States. I'm not sure if other places if you have a Memorial Day, but thanks for all the soldiers that died for our freedoms, and I hope you guys all have a great weekend. And I'll see you in the future.